Why is this unbelievably incredible structure here?
The city is also, as you're seeing, it's an architectural jewel.
Yes.
And it sort of has a cultural history that's very, very rich. In 1900, there were 2,200 theater seats. And every show that was coming from New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, would stop here on their way. Their next stop would be Chicago.
Yeah.
Stanton, Chicago, Denver, and then...
Oh, come on.
Seriously.
Now, see, you can't come on this show and just start making things up.
Well, I wish I knew how to do that. I can only tell you what I've been told. And this was a place you stopped, and it was a wealthy town. The people who built the coal mines over in West Virginia, this is as far as they wanted to go. So they built homes here.
Built homes.
Yeah. But it was a town that valued the arts, and an architect said, we could do a Blackfriars. We could do an indoor theater, because Shakespeare's actually more successful theater was the Blackfriars. It became the more famous of the two theaters. It was sort of the Studio 54 of his period, and you wanted to be seen here.
And did I read it correct? This is the only?
This is the only recreation of Shakespeare's indoor theater in the world. We don't know exactly what it looked like. We know what its dimensions were. It was torn down. It was in an old monastery. They built it out of the hall in an old monastery.
Mm-hmm. It was very difficult for me to find the correct descriptive, the accurate descriptive words. And really what I've settled on is that this is a town of immense and enormous detail.
It's very, very true. Nothing gets done carelessly in this town.
And so you walk in here and you go, wow, this could have been a flush wall. This could have been amazing and wonderful. But you didn't have to do all of this. But yet you guys decided, no, if we're going to do it, it has to fit.
We have to be able to say to scholars, not just to audiences, but to scholars. And we have every other year we have a big scholar conference here. And we have to be able to say why it's there, because they know what would have been there. We have to be able to say, yeah, we have evidence it could have been this, and we have to do that sort of thing. You asked me earlier, when did we open it? We opened it 10 days after the World Trade Center disaster. When the disaster happened, I thought, I have a key to the Blackfriars. I said to Judy, I'm just going to drive down to Stanton, and I'm going to, I just want to be reassured there can be beautiful things in the world. And we came in here, and there were 17 of the builders, people building it, and some with their kids that had just come here for the exact same thing. And what we did on that day, and you're sitting on what we did, we did linseed oil on, we didn't have the seat backs in, we just did linseed oil here. And like we sort of rubbed away all of that horror. It was beautiful.
Here it is, 2019, and you're still here.
A town that says, I know it would be good for our economy, a Shakespeare theater. That's an unusual town.
Yes, it is. Agreed.
And everybody bought in, and they were right. You know, it's just a wonderful place. But it's also true this is a very good economic model, the Shakespeare play, because we don't have to put enormous amounts of money into set. We've already got one, right? We can do a lot of different shows because we don't have to take one down, put another one up, so you can keep people coming. People know they're going to have an experience here that is more than just seeing a play. It's really about a communal make-believe. Together we make a play, you know, and that's just fun. We feel like if Shakespeare walked in here, he would go, who redecorated the Blackfriars? But he'd know where he was.
He'd know.
You know, we would, but I'll bet you anything that there's no room in the world, no theater in the world that looks as much like the Blackfriars as this one did. I believe in the research we did. I know the dimensions. We do know the dimensions. We know the crowd. We know how large the crowd could be. It was 600 is how many they could get in. And when the fire department gave us permission to, you know, our number was 584, and I thought that's a kind of endorsement, you know, from the 16th century.
How about to the person watching that's never seen a Shakespeare play before?
I wrote a book called Shakespeare and How to Cure It, And people come in with Shakespeare, and
Shakespeare,
and they're like, again, the SAT test. And I wish they would just come in and realize that Shakespeare's audience, in terms of vocabulary, had the same vocabulary, only less of it than most people who walk in a theater today. Same vocabulary, and had to get people on board to tell stories in exactly the same way. They didn't know all the kings and dukes and things. They had to be told just, it's like when you watch Law and Order. You just know, okay, that guy is the district attorney. I can't remember his name.
Right.
But everybody feels like they have to know all the names because somebody's going to give them a test. Right. I want them to come in and watch a play like they watch any play.
Good to meet you.
It's great to meet you.
Thank you for this very much.
I'm really glad you're here.